Hi, this is Bob Cratch with Heard in the Huddle. Recently, I had the honor and privilege to sit down with legendary high school football coach Ed Caporales. I was fortunate enough to play for Coach Caporales in the early 80s, and he was a huge part of my life and a mentor that got me on the right track. So I want you to sit back and enjoy our conversation and enjoy this presentation of Heard in the Huddle.
My older brother, who died of brain cancer when he was in his 60s, he was the perfect person. I've never heard him curse in my life. Can't say that for me. He was the greatest son a mother could have. He did everything right, from brushing his teeth, which I didn't do it. That's why I got bridges. That's what I tell my grandkids. I take the bridges out and I show them, you don't brush your teeth, you're going to have to wear bridges. Right. So I would say he was the guy I most idolized. Professional, I was a New York Yankees baseball fan. Joe DiMaggio was my professional hero. And I used to listen to the ticker tape, sneak the radio underneath the bed, under the pillow. The ticker tape. Right. It's not live. Yeah. I listened to the games coming from San Francisco, right. So I was very much a Yankees fan. And surprisingly, I was an Army football fan. Mm-hmm. Army. Right. And then we had players from Cliffside Park like George Sella, who was a great player. You grow up. And you learn, you get confidence because you could do things you didn't think you could do. And also you learn that others can do things better than you. And you always got to keep working. You learn about being on a team. This is like a game of football. You got to be on a team. You got a place and a part to play. You learn responsibility. And the big thing is, you got to face up to your failures. Forget all the excuses. I think that's a problem in today's society. People making too many excuses for people. Stand up and take your punch, stand tall, and say, I'm going to try like I pray to the good Lord. I said, I'm sorry, and I'm going to try hard not to do it again. If I do it again, I got to say the same thing. You got to be in confession. You got to be striving to be the best you can, and you learn that in the service. You learn. Stand tall. Take your licks when you got to take it, and get off the ground. And be better.
Right.
So you learn so many things, and you grow up. The Marine Corps helped me to grow up, and I learned confidence in myself, in my leadership ability. We all encourage kids to play the other sports, which I think a big mistake goes on today. Everybody's selling their own. And why? Why? You're cheating a kid. Jeff Remo's the greatest example. You know Jeff? Football, basketball, baseball. Jackie Sherrill was in here. He really wanted to go to Pittsburgh on a full scholarship. But then came baseball season. He was winding and dining into baseball, and he went to pro baseball. He went that route. Unfortunately, he had an accident, and he couldn't go through with that. But when he came back home, the coach from Texas El Paso was recruiting. I says, Coach, you're going to make the biggest scoop of anybody. I'm going to call a kid up. You can come in here, and you're going to fly him there, and you're going to get him. You're going to take him. And he came up, bing, bing. Jeff went down there.
Right.
Now, if he just chose to play baseball, that would have never occurred. And high school coaches don't have a right to, and nobody has a right to limit the experiences. That's just the experience. But I believe in the correlation. One sport helping the other. And all those coaches, we were on the same page. You learn from one sport to help you another. If you remember, kids ask me, Coach, what do I do with this summer? Go with your parents, go on vacation, don't take any excuses. When we got the weight room, it's open, but it's not mandatory. And if you wanted one sport to play that'll help you in all sports, play basketball. The correlation value from basketball, all the things you got to do, help you to play anybody.
Right.
I'm a lucky guy. I don't think there's many women that would put up with me. You know, but yeah, we all have our ways, but we blended so good. We have, you have arguments and all, but we learned that. And one thing, the best thing that I can say about myself, I don't know how to hold a grudge. I don't know how to do that. I can get mad as heck. A little while later, I'm more mad at myself. I must have did something wrong to make something that happen. But we, between the two of us, had the same kind of an attitude. Because we love each other. Mm-hmm. And I always tell her this. Always said this. Never give an ultimatum. Ultimatums are the cause of more problems with a marriage than anything else. Never give an ultimatum. If that's a challenge, and if it's not controlled, it runs a buck. Right. So I think we have just a great, and we're great. We're better, just like you say.
Right.
You really love your wife now more than anything. Right. That's same with me.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
Well, I want to tell him this, because I'm serious about this. 3 months ago, my nephew died of MS, multiple sclerosis, and he never chose to have MS. And there was never any cure for him to get that. I want to tell everybody that's addicted, drugs or anything else. 1, you chose it. 2, there's a way out of it. Take the way out of it. Think about the people who had no choice to get what they got and no choice to get cured of what they got. And put that in your mind, and maybe it'll give you a perspective to what you should do and how lucky you really are.